Okay, so this is part 2 of the video of how to make art in Pixlr, like Emma Larsson. You can see that it is worth starting off on paper with watercolours, because you're never going to get these sort of very typical watercolour-y marks that, you know, digitally. It's best to do them on paper traditionally and then bring them into Photoshop. So we are going to go to our pixlr.com, and we have got a new large size. If you want to ever check the size of your canvas, okay, it could be bigger actually, but I'll just keep it like that for now. I like working with really big canvases, and you can always bring them down, like 3000 by 3000 pixels, for example. Okay, we've got a white layer as our background, and what we're going to do is bring in that JPEG that you created from the last video. So here we are. So this is just a sort of the merged blobs, and they've all become one layer, as it were. So what we're going to do is, it's fairly free form really. I would just play with this to start with. You're going to get your lasso tool. You are going to be selected on that merged blob layer, and you are just going to draw shapes with your lasso tool. Now my mouse is behaving a bit strangely, so I'm having to go, I don't know why it doesn't quite want to pick up every movement of my mouse, but it should do because it's the lasso tool. So say, for example, that's the shape I wanted. You always have to go back to the beginning. Now, because I'm on that merged blobs layer, I'm just going to go Command C. That's the shortcut on a Mac for copying, but basically it's the same as edit copy. Command C, so I've now got it on the clipboard, and immediately Command V or edit paste. And you can see here, if I press V is the shortcut to get the select tool. Here it is, and it has bumped straight to the top of my layers list. And there it is, and I can name it, blob 1, for example. And now already I'm quite excited about that, because what we're doing here is creating new shapes to play with, and eventually we're going to take this background one away, you see. So I think you must be beginning to get the hang of it, and I think that is what she's doing in these pictures here. And she's kind of making these like animal-like shapes, isn't she, or characters, very loosely. But she's also gone back in with her ink and her, it looks like ink that she's using, and created new responses, if you like, to the shapes, more blobby shapes. Okay, so more line drawing. She's gone back into it. Okay, so let's create some more shapes. So here's some I've done earlier. Of course, they're going to get, they might be, you might not like these colours, you might not like the actual shapes that are being made. You can also duplicate these and mess around with them. Say, for example, I want another one of that. Copy, paste, move it around. Maybe I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. Maybe I want to, join these together. So I'm going to go Merge Down. And now this has become one layer. Maybe I want to duplicate that. Copy, paste, flip it down. Edit, transform, edit, transform, flip horizontal, flip vertical, go like this, and so on. Maybe that's not the effect you're trying to achieve, but you get the idea. Shape 3, shape 4. Oh yeah, this is one I quite like. So let's take some of these off. With these ones, for example, so here's another one I can cut out. on, let's go back to the original. I am always copying rather than actually cutting, because the copying allows me to keep going back to this particular layer. So let's do a new shape. So you want to do something, you know, maybe your shapes have a particular meaning in them. Maybe they're organic, maybe they're like buildings. I'm just being very free form here. And yes, you know, if you're on a jerky mouse, it can be a bit of a nightmare. You always have to go back to the beginning where you started. You wait for the marching ants. You know, you can actually, if you go back to the arrange tool or the select tool, you can actually move this around. So underneath it is the area that we will be selecting. So let's say I like that one the best. I'm going to go Command copy, Command paste, and there we go. You can have quite a lot of fun, as you can see. Twist it around. So basically that's the technique. Not too difficult. And yeah, here's some that came up earlier. You can start to go and go, okay, what do I like about this? What don't I like? And come up with your own unique style. And then, of course, don't forget, you could go back to your mark making. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've got hundreds of pages of, you know, just little drawings and marks being made. Not that one, that's a different lesson. Hold on, let me go back to history. Say, for example, I don't know, I've got these feathers here that I drew. Perhaps I can, you know, bring one of them in. So, you know, I'd say it wouldn't necessarily work with this particular image, but I'll just show you. So here, let me get this feather, draw around it. I'm going to copy it. Going to go to that other document, not that one, was it this one? You know, can I bring it in? I'm going to get rid of the white. Get rid of the white on the side. Actually, you know what? I might just go backwards a bit and only get rid of the white on the side. And, you know, then I can sort of start to play in a different way with some of these shapes. A bit big. There's a bit that needs deleting there. Sometimes you can only see it after you've moved it around. Maybe go back to that one underneath. And obviously, you know, that's a big blobby mess, but I hope you are beginning to see the possibilities. Okay.